everyone, I'm just setting up the car for a car camping. Now this car is a friend's car and they're overseas at the moment, so I'm looking after it, and with their permission I'm able to test run this. So let me give you a quick look how I've set up. Very comfy. In the side here I've got my net curtain which will go up here to block insects and give it a nice soft protection. I've got all my USB lights that I'll be able to set up. Now let me show you underneath here. So this is a mattress set up under on a very basic frame that my friends have made. Underneath here I was able to fit my porta potty, my solar table, food, mats, stretchers, PowerPoints, solar charger as another one. So what I've done is, just to make that look nicer, I've covered that up there. So this is not real animal skin, it's just a mat that I've had at home. I haven't brought anything extra for this. These are all just little finishing touches that I use in my own home that I like, so I just wanted to make it nice and comfortable. I have got one of my plastic drawers which you would have seen in another video of mine. They're just so handy. I can put torches and tissues and things that I need to get throughout the night. And I have my little Christmas elf, he's decided to come along with me. It's a great little table to put tissues and stuff like that. I'm using my new Sony Bluetooth speaker because it has like a 16-hour battery. It's worth it, so I'll be testing that. Now when I was setting up, I was trying to work out how and what I could use to block the windows for sleeping in. Now what I've done here, which I thought was quite clever, I've just used one of my self-inflating bats that I brought in Aldi's for $29, and that goes all the way up to there, and that covers that side of the vehicle, because that I don't need to see out of that when I'm driving, so that's all set up. That'll be good insulation as well, and it's a nice colour. So that was one of my tips that I thought was handy, that you, if you've got those mats, consider putting that up there. And of course it just slips in there. On this side here I've got some of that Kmart floor matting, so it's got the silver on this side and then the foam on that side. Now nothing's holding that up except the cushions that I've pushed up against that. So I've got a couple of pieces of that. I could actually pull this out and put it up on this window here, but I do have some scene sheets here that I can use, which you'll see when I set up my outside section. So let me have a look in here. So as you can see, that's the mat. Behind here it's Jackal's little bed, because this is a huge big sleeping area, so he'll be able to sleep in here with me. He's got his little teddy and I can be up over on this side. So underneath here there's so much storage. I've got tables, chairs, back tent, gazebos, which you'll all see that as we get along and I go camping. You'll see me set that up. But so much space, I'm quite impressed with that. So I just pull that back there, that stays there. So in the passenger seat, what I've done is, I thought this was the best place to put my car fridge. I've actually got it facing the other side, so it's a bit easier to open. I've got a tray that from inside, which I just sit on the top there so that I can use that as a table in my hat. So let me take you around the driver's side of the car. Oh, another thing that I've brought for my friends, but it hasn't arrived yet unfortunately, is a car wheel bag. Max Trax has got, well, many companies have them, and there's a bag that you can connect to this, to the back wheel here. Unfortunately it's not going to be here, but I'll have it in a week and I'll leave that for my friends when they come back, and I can put wet stuff, rubbish, and that's going to be handy to use. So, whoops, this is the driver's side, so I will be sleeping in here, and this was that foam matting that I said, so that just sits there like that. That's just another cushion. I like lots of cushions. So there's heaps of space under here. I've got floor netting, my hammer, so still lots of place to put things in there, which I've got to put my clothes and shoes. Okay, so I just decorated with a couple of personal touches, and I have got my fridge sitting here, and like I said, a tray just to sit on the top there for different little things that you might need when you're traveling. So I have my companion power box here, and this is fully charged at the moment because you can charge it with your 240 volt at home. So I've got that fully charged, and I won't need that until I arrive at my location after the car's turned off. So I've got my companion fridge here. Now this will be plugged into the cigarette lighter while driving. Now I'm going to do a video. I've showed my companion power lithium box a few times, but this is all that I need going off grid. So you don't need a solar panel on the car when you're traveling, because if you've got two cigarette sockets, you can plug this in separately, so that can be charging, and the fridge can be on another cigarette lighter charging from your car. So when you get to your destination, your battery is all charged up, ready to go. These are only about 6.5 kilos, and it's easy for me to remove around. You've got your USB and power outs here. I find it really simple to use. You could just press the power on here. I've got 100%. It's probably a bit hard to see on this video there, but that will always it also has a light on here too, which you can use, but it's not necessary. Turn that off for now. So fridge is packed. So one of my trial setups with utilising the car, let me just quickly show you. So it was easier to set my companion fridge up in the passenger seat, so I could open it that way. I use my companion power box, and this runs my fridge and all my outlets, and that is then powered by the car when it's running, and also a solar panel. I really recommend these guys, they're brilliant. So I've got the package there. So let me quickly show you. On this trip I'm camping with my Kmart kitchen set up here. I have got a video that shows this unboxing in detail, so I'll attach that into the descriptions if that's something that you want to utilize. I find this great. It can be attached up here, doesn't matter if it rains, nothing in here needs to be worried about if it got a few drizzles on it. So I'm out and about doing a few different locations, but on this particular spot it was just easier for me to use my Flex-On pop-out gazebo. I brought this about 3 years ago from Bunnings, and I know you can get similar ones in Kmart and other places with the 4 sides, but this one is it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it just pops out, and then I attach these poles up the top and then around the frame. Today's a little bit breezy and I'm in an open area, so I've put up some screens here. These are backdrops. I got this one and this one that you see in the background here from the shop called Typo that sell stationery and gift kind of things, so check that out. They're great, they're really handy to jazz up a tent or, you know, put a bit of interest into your camp. I love using this Oz Trail chair. I've also got a YouTube video unboxing of that. I like that because of Jackals and I call it our love seat. This little stool that I use here is really handy. I got that from Snowy's for $19 and it folds down so you can utilize it for many different things. Also the table that I've got here, you'll see that in a YouTube video as well and why I like it. A couple of additions just recently is my USB shake blender. This was $19 in Kmart. So good to have on the road. I like my protein shakes. This is you could call it a basket or a bowl. You could fill that up with water. That's pushed down at the moment, but that goes right up. I use it for absolutely carrying stuff, washing things, so many things. And of course the plastic drawers, you've seen that in other videos. If you haven't, go back and check my videos. They're just so handy. These come apart so they can just sit on each other and utilize it that way. I've got this netting here that I made for my other car to hang on the back here, so I can tie it here and peg it, and if I'm laying in there and I want to keep the bugs out. Today I'm not doing that, and I've just used it as a privacy shade in the gazebo. Jackals has got his little bed done there. I haven't put the mats down that I often do use, and that is the shade cloth mats because the sand can fall through it. But I find I've got these two recycled mats here and this one, and they're just handy to have folded up underneath here. So let me show you what I have got under here. So this is set up high enough where my porta potty slides in. I've also got another bed in there and lots of room where all this stuff just slides straight into. I've really enjoyed camping in this. It is a bit difficult getting up high, and you know, as much as it's having a nice room, it's really like sleeping in a swag, but obviously a hard case and more comfortable. But if you get claustrophobic, maybe that could be a bit of an issue there. But other than that, I've really enjoyed trying out car camping with this four-wheel drive. There's lots of other options that I could use. I think it's fun having different options for different locations when you're on the road. This is one of my favorite camping lights. Check this out on another video that I've got also. So all thumbs up. Have you got a Mitsubishi Pajero that you've set up? Have you got some tips and tricks that you could show us that you've learned? And let us know in the comments what you've enjoyed in this video, as we're all learning and sharing along the way. Okay, so I've moved on now to the next location. I'm at Alexander Bridge in the southwest of Western Australia, 20 kilometres sort of inlandish from Augusta. So it was all about trialling a few other things that I had in the car. I got my floor netting out this time. Little Jackals is sitting up there on my camp stretcher that I've pulled out this time to have a little day bed rest. Using the recycled mats that I had on the floor as a bit of wind protection and privacy this time. Oh, we have a Christmas elf trying to do some pole dancing while I'm setting up. So as we're just going into the Christmas period, entertaining Jackals, I guess. So a beautiful location here. Mr. Jackals is all snugged up and having a good little rest. wouldn't be able to travel solo without him. I mean, I could, but who would want to, right? Okay, so I left Alexander Bridge for a few days, but guess what? I'm back again after a few days. So I'm now on a different campsite in the same location. I've got to say, I recommend this location. It's just beautiful. Nothing better than being amongst all this beautiful greenery in the southwest of Western Australia around Christmas time when it's super hot in Perth. This is a great break to be in, so loving that. So I've got the June Deluxe car awning out. I've actually switched it around backwards so that I can actually drive away. But as you can see, I've got the Flexi on back out. Look at that view, huh? Who needs a TV, right? Just gorgeous. What a location. Really enjoyed my time here. Ended up staying for an extra week because I just couldn't leave the location, and more friends came to stay, so we got to enjoy it for Christmas and then New Year's night, and then I headed home after that. Thanks for watching our video and sticking around. Lots of love from Jackals and I. If you've enjoyed this kind of stuff, stick around. It's free to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.